What's up, guys, and welcome back to Wake Up Entertainment. So, there is a forensic expert who is being questioned at the Meyiwa trial. This forensic expert goes by the name Retha Grobler. What is of interest here is that this forensic expert was tasked with verifying the work of Colonel Mangena. And what happened during those events is actually very interesting. Let's take a listen.
Now, your testimony is that you are approached by Lieutenant Colonel Mangena to do microscopic comparison on his findings, correct?
It's an opinion. I was asked for an opinion on
Yes,
microscope.
an opinion.
That's correct, my lord.
Now, just briefly, between the 22nd of July 2020 to date, how many examinations and comparisons have you conducted?
It will be more than 100, my lord, because we work overtime on a monthly basis. So for 34 hours a month, I actively do cases, at least for overtime, and then some during the day. It will depend on the circumstances of the day.
And do you know the details of those 100 or so cases that you've conducted and examined?
No, my lord, there's too many to recall.
Now, how come that you recall the details of this opinion for which you've told this court that there's no note, there's no way you recorded your workings and your examination of these test, the exhibit bullet and the test bullets?
As I explained, my lord, I asked Colonel Mangena after my microscopic examination what case this is. He informed me that it is a Meyiwa case. I know that I made it positive. I made the exhibit bullet positive to the test in this specific case.
Now, based on the fact that your opinion is not recorded anywhere, not even a worksheet to say, I, Retha Grobler Feliun, date 22 July 2020, we don't have a piece of document like that, correct?
I don't have a piece of document like that.
Yeah, but so all we have today here in court right now is your say-so.
That's correct, my lord. I did it under oath.
So this is where the problem is at during this cross-examination of Retha Grobler, this forensic artist, and the problem that is there is of selective memory. Because herself, she has clearly admitted that she has worked on hundreds of cases. And on top of working on hundreds of these cases, including this Meyiwa case, she does not remember the details of any of those hundreds of cases, but still remembers vividly this case of Meyiwa. Okay, maybe it was actually a high-profile case, and it actually could have been intriguing to her and was actually invested more in knowing about this case. But the challenge that is there is that she actually recorded her work in the documentation for hundreds of these other cases, but it did not record anything for the Meyiwa case. Then goes on to know everything about the Meyiwa case that she did not document. So obviously this raises suspicions and a red flag to this forensic investigator as to what kind of behavior and investigations are these. And obviously, we now have to question like the integrity of her forensic work and the accuracy of her conclusions that she gave to Colonel Mangena. So obviously, we now have all of these questions, but maybe we are getting ahead of ourselves and being unnecessarily suspicious. So let's look at history, because history helps us a lot to actually identify that there were actually scenarios like these that occurred, whereby some of these experts did not document anything but actually remembers everything that happened. By going back in history, during apartheid, there were forensic investigators that were actually like misrepresenting information that they were submitting to the courts, or actually omitting crucial information that was actually really important in cracking a case. And these officers who were misrepresenting this information involved a lot of people that included forensic experts and lawyers. So even though this case from apartheid is a little bit different from this one from the forensic expert of the Meyiwa trial that we have, you can definitely see that something like this can actually happen, and it has been done before. But what is really, really surprising is that something like this that has been done by Retha Grobler, this forensic expert, has actually happened before in the Senzo Meyiwa trial itself. So, in the ongoing Senzo Meyiwa trial, there is a forensic officer by the name Thabo Mosia, and this guy was actually testified in court, and he actually admitted to guessing certain details during his testimony due to a lack of documentation. So this guy actually did some forensic investigations and did not document anything, just like Retha Grobler is not documented anything. And whilst he was in court, he was sort of like guessing from his own memory because he didn't document anything. So he was just remembering like what were the results like. And that's very, very bad because the courts want concrete evidence that they can rely on. Because on the line here are these accused, whether they are guilty or not. And by having a forensic expert who is guessing from his memory is not a good thing at all. So this guy Thabo Mosia also actually acknowledged leaving the crime scene at the Khumalo house to attend to other scenes, and it actually raised concerns about his thoroughness and reliability of his forensic investigations. So that guy Thabo Mosia was obviously questionable with these investigations. Now coming back to Retha Grobler, this forensic artist that we have that is being questioned by Ramsipili, can we see similarities between her and Thabo Mosia? Obviously, the similarities are there because both of them did not document anything at all. And what we are not realizing here is that we are actually taking Retha Grobler's own word for it, just hearing what she is saying because nothing has been documented at all. So whilst this forensic artist Retha Grobler is actually in court, she is recalling from her own memory of what she still remembers based on the opinions that she was giving to Colonel Mangena about the investigations that she did. And as a human being, she can also forget, just like Thabo Mosia. And you never know, she can then come back and start apologizing and saying, no, I actually made a mistake when I said that during the cross-examination. This is the truth now that I'm now actually telling you. It's a possibility that can actually happen because memory itself can actually play tricks on you as a human being, especially when you are in court like that with a lot of pressure on you. So what does this mean for this forensic artist that we actually have here at Grobler? Does this indicate any foul play at work here? It's a bit tricky to say that there is foul play, but what is definitely clear is negligence on her part in the handling of this Senzo Meyiwa case because she was trusted with this investigation in actually confirming the work of Colonel Mangena, and she sort of did like a poor task on her own in handling this evidence. So even though there might not be foul play, if we are to give her that, what is definitely clear is that there was definitely negligence on her own part. And the unfortunate part for her is that if she is found to have done something negligible, she might face suspension from her own work. So this is at least what I'm seeing here. So tell me what you think in the comment section and I'll catch you guys on the next one.